Okay, so let's check these symbols out further here. We know that from the other fractal diagram that I show with the apple in the center, we have the Z and then we have the N. That same exact configuration, the Z and the N. It's a repeating theme. And then of course we can further make D-A-N for Dan and then D-N-A right on out of that. And of course it's no accident. But let's focus on what the Z and the N is, because people are already familiar now with what the controversy of Zion is. Of course it's for the control. Okay, this controversy of Zion is who is going to have control over your mind. And then if we have Zion has already been displayed to you, at least as a popular theme, something like the London Olympics, and then you know about these Zionists, and then you can see that that theme is not by accident. This controversy of Zion is a real thing. So now if we can see that, and then the symbolism is there, and then it's showing up, we want to understand what's going on. So if they're going to promote this Zion, we have to understand what type of Zion that they're promoting. And this Z and this N ends up just being the two crooked paths. It's just one cross section, once again, of the lightning bolt. And then it's just turned on side here again. So it becomes the Z and the N that they're showing for the Zion. It's going to represent those same two crooked paths that we're talking about, where they have made the material and the spiritual both deceptive. Now look what they're getting rid of here. They get rid of the I and the O. Now we know that's exactly what the theme of this new world order is all about. Now look at it this way. If we see the I being removed, well, guess what? The I is you, and that's going to represent your individuality. That's right, they want everybody to be in this hive mind. So if we look at individual, look how it breaks up in word, sound, have power. I divide you all. You think that's some accident? That this I connected with this Zion, all of this as it connects back to the crooked path, the connection here to the lightning bolt, the connection that you're going to see that it even has to the steps, the stairway to heaven, the whole nine, the connection to DNA, and then the other letter that's removed, being removed, at least within this symbolism of just showing Zion between the Z and the N. Well, what makes their Zion is they're going to get rid of human individuality, and then at the same time they're going to get rid of the Alpha and the Omega, this perfect circle. Well, who's that? That's the perfect image of God. So it's no accident. So we can see where the Z and the N, the fractal continues to show the exact same information. So if we were to look at this central symbol here and look at it, of course that's the Z. If we superimpose it, of course create the double, the hourglass shows. We know that that's the symbol for Orion. We know that's the symbol for the spider. We take the segments, of course, of these lightning bolts, continue them through, okay, and then we're making the same long lightning bolt, and we can still form the same threes from that. That is the crooked path. Now, remember what we looked at with the Freemasonic checkerboard square. Once you see that the swastika is in there with the Freemasonic checkerboard square, the twisted cross is telling you that. The twisted cross between the genes of light and dark, between the material and the spiritual, that's the twisted cross, is this crossing of the genetics that ultimately comes back to the root of these sons of God forming with the daughters of men. And at the same time, the crossing of the two knowledges, the knowledges of the good and evil, which of course is coming together to form this one being that's going to be known as this cockatrice. So we can see the Freemason checkerboard square. We have light and dark, of course, and then we have the DNA path between dark matter and then spirit matter. And then of course if we just divide this down the center, we get our 4 dimensions. And then here's where we get the swastika. You take away these portions in red, you're left with that shape, and then those all come together from 4 squares, 4 Masonic squares that show the control that they have of those 4 dimensions of precept, which form those both sides of the crooked path, spirit material. I'll be back.